Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Dragon Age Origins. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're just to join me today, having a chat with Morrigan, and most likely having a chat with a lot more people in this episode, and maybe in future episodes, because a lot of people have a lot of things to say, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot, actually. I'm enjoying it a lot. So let's have a chat with, continue having a chat with Morrigan.
Yes?
Can I think I asked all the things with her. Can I ask you something?
If you must.
No, okay, never mind. So,
Yes?
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
No questions asked. This is, I can just apparently kiss her, which probably is gonna be assault, and she's gonna punch me in the face or kill me and turn me into a rat. We need to discuss us. Is there? Let's say no for right now. This is very specific. Let's have a chat, or let's see what more. Oh, Alistair. No, oh yeah, I was looking at the experience. So Morrigan has an approval rating of plus 12. Or I have an approval rating of plus 12. I imagine the maximum... Let's see, so that's probably 20 over there. So that's maximum is probably 100, which is similar to Knights of the Old Republic, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, and then plus 6 over there. Leliana's plus 7. Bellum, of course, is a good boy and is plus 100. Plus, yeah, so that confirms the 100 as well. So I have gifts. I bought gifts last episode. So how do they work? Plot items, letter or conscription. Did I read this? Maybe. Let's see. Sealed lockbox and all that sort of stuff. Hiccups. I have hiccups. And I have a stick. Now, how this works, if I'm not mistaken, no, I don't want to destroy it. I want to give it. I learned about how gifts were given before. Right there. Right there. Okay, there's one thing I can do, I think.
Indeed.
No, there is not a thing I can do.
Indeed.
Huh. So I need to give the gifts out in the wilderness, because I can't give them here. I mean, I imagine I can't give them here. Okay. Let's ask about us.
Yes?
And see what she's going to say. I don't think she's going to...
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
That she's going to take offense to that. We need to discuss us. Let's see.
Discuss away.
Yeah, there's no discussion here. It's good. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not going to kiss her, because I will be killed. Yeah, and rightly so. There's absolutely no... There was a little bit of a flirting back and forth when I said that I was glad that she was... she called me... She said I was being cute or something. And I said I was glad for the compliment or whatever. I don't know. But anyway. Leliana, how's it going?
Yes? Something you need?
Did I
Yes?
talk to you already about
What's
all
on
the
your
things? Oh, I did not. I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
I read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true?
That's not what historical
Not all
fact means.
minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
And bards are spies?
Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of patron?
Nobles, mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
It sounds like it is, because they don't actually destroy each other, they just plot and scheme. So, when she said, well, at least according to her, but then again, she did say that she doesn't believe these Bard society exists, which means that it makes sense that she wouldn't see the actual implications of their plotting and scheming. You were a bard, weren't you? Well, she is a bard.
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
Well, it's a class and all that. Why were you leaving cloistered... What? Why were you leaving like a cloistered sister in rural Ferelden?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here. Yes? Something you need?
Could you teach me to be a bard?
That's an idea. I've watched you, and I do think you'd find some of my skills quite easy to pick up. Let's just go over there, away from the others, for safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
That just happened. The going over there for safety.
Yes?
Because I unlocked
Something you need?
Specialization, actually, for me. Wait a minute. I can specialize the other people as well. Well, I did, yeah. That's what Morrigan did. She said that she would be able to train other people. That's just all I need. I just need to get that dialogue, because as soon as I unlock specialization, I can train anybody that is a mage into a shapeshifter if I want to. Which I don't know if... Apparently there's another mage, and that's where we're going, but yeah. I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
You are a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Can I hear another story?
Which one?
Yeah, it's fine.
It will come to you soon, I'm sure.
Never mind, it's good. I talked to her already. Good. Hey, Alistair. Should we talk to Alistair? Yes, we should. I know, Levy, I know. I'll talk to you eventually. Actually, let's have a chat here with Balaam. Hey.
Oh, why, you little...
What? You weren't in there?
Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
What the? Why'd you go near his food? Good boy, teach that silly Alistair a lesson. There's hardly any blood. Still... No, wait, he shouldn't have, I'm gonna say, as if the dog is gonna understand. The dog is actually gonna understand, because it's a Mabari, so... it was just a warning. You could have taken a hand off.
Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Good boy.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
He doesn't like it.
Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Don't listen to Alistair, he's full of rubbish.
Hey!
Yeah, you are. Why are you doing this to the dog?
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
He wags his tail.
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Or anywhere, for that matter. Oh my god. It's the thought that counts, he means well.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
You heard the lady.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
That's great. Oh, he doesn't like Sten or whatever his name is. Geralt. It's gonna be his name is Geralt. That last part was terrifying. I'm gonna watch them.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Happy bark exclamation mark. This narrator is... He's digging furiously in the ground at my feet. Why... I don't want to ignore him. What is he doing? What is he trying to do? Well, let's go with this one. Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? He goes back to digging. What does he do? He's going to take some time, you know. Okay, what is he doing? Well, good luck with that then. That's just how it is. Sits down and stares at you attentively. I'm gonna pet him. He rolls around. There it is. And that's that. It was a little bit weird that I wanted to talk to Bellum and people kept showing up. It's just they were gonna mess with them. Alistair, yeah, I like your thunderous sword. It's good, isn't it? I might get it some frost soon. We'll see. Or extra for it. I wonder if it applies. Hey, Alistair.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask something.
Ask away.
So, what can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So, shouldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
Can I? I can't. I really cannot. What does that mean? What does the what does the Chantry control the lyrium trade with the dwarves? I don't understand. I don't know the two and two together. I can't. So you were addicted to this lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Indeed. Lucky me as well.
What do you need?
To ask something?
Ask away.
So can you teach others to be a Templar?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
Well, it's not really a word if she made you swear. It's sort of... I mean, I don't need it. And also, I could just save here. Unlock the... I could just unlock the this is very easy to game here. Basically, I have a save, so all I need to do is force him. If indeed he will teach me, because he might not be able to teach me. So force him, unlock it, reload, then say, it's okay, don't teach me. And maybe get some reaction or whatnot. Very well, I'll respect your word, though. I don't need it, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
Oh, maybe I couldn't unlock it, which is good. Because that, either way, the implication of you being able to maintain unlocks through different saves means that his answer must not be dependent on my dialogue line. He would either always train me anyway, or he would always not train me anyway.
What do you need? Ask away.
So, tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
They are. Where are the nearest Grey Wardens from here?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt.
Well,
Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfells, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
we should go back to the compound though, because the implication there is he killed them all. So going there is pointless. But he's not putting it in those terms, which might mean that there are still some Grey Wardens in there. Huh. So what happens now that there's just the two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
Will we need to start rebuilding the Order?
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
What would happen if we just left?
Just left? You mean just left Ferelden? I don't know. If there's an archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the Blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save Ferelden. There's no way. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, I have no more questions.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
About the Grey Wardens, I need to ask you something.
Ask away.
So how did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I mean before that.
Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
What skills might those be?
Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
You think Duncan took pity on you?
I don't know. Maybe. When he came looking for recruits, I just remember praying fervently to the Maker that he would pick me. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have...
You wouldn't have... Don't start crying again, please. I wouldn't have... What wouldn't he have? Is he trying to say he wouldn't have met me? I don't think we have that kind of relationship. I mean, he was only like what, +7, +6? I think Leliana was +7. He was +6. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm sorry. Although I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have brought him up. No, I shouldn't have brought him up. So let's say that. My character wouldn't say that. I don't think. Maybe you can justify either. So I'm gonna go with I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be... It's fine. He died a hero.
Can I say...
They all did. Come on, let's go.
Aw.
I think I'm done talking.
Can I say that it's okay to be upset? I couldn't. I could only mock him for being upset.
What do you need?
Although I still don't believe he was a good man, but...
Ask away.
Of course, it's with the information I have. It's not that I'm making a definitive judgment, because I don't know the whole game. Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Oh, no, I asked the things.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow.
Yes.
Fair enough. What do you need? Ask away.
That's so. You said this Arl Amon or something raised you.
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
Is he? What? What is he? What's that tone all about? That's the first time we see him do that, I think. Apart from that previous line where I could have said, haha, very funny, but that was more sarcasm on my side, not on his side. Also, this sword has been 3D printed. Do you see the the ridges? It hasn't been 3D printed. It's just probably a, I don't know what it is, but anyway. Thought you were raised by the Chantry. Really, that must have been tough for them. Let's go with that, yeah.
Well, they were flying dogs, you see. Surprisingly strict parents, too, and devout Andrastians to boot.
That is what they say about Enders.
That, and that they make a great deal of cheese. Funny, but the dogs never mentioned cheese. As a matter of fact, if you said cheese around them, they'd start growling. Isn't that odd? Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on a cold, hard ground, isn't it?
Is this going somewhere would be an interesting line for that. I don't understand what he's trying to do. But I think my character would be quick of wit, so I'm just going to try and grab every opportunity to be quick of wit as well. I dream of becoming a Grey Warden. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's more or less okay. His lines are sort of outlandish. I don't know his tone. I don't understand his tone. I'm going to hit you very soon now. Seriously. Yeah, let's go with this one. I dream of becoming a Grey Warden. Oh, wait.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Okay, that's interesting. I have many things to say regarding that first line. Before you make any smart comments, he says, and then immediately explains that he is the fatherless kind. Though, which implies that the smart comments would be, yeah, you're a jerk, because that's the other meaning for the word bastard, in the sense that, and the reason why it's the other meaning for the word bastard is the reason why being a fatherless, because it's a stand-in for son of a whore, basically. And again, the reason why that is. Well, actually, there's many reasons why that's an insult. It tends to be as well with the fact that you insult somebody's mother to get at them, which has all sorts of roots in society, at least in European and American society. And just, I don't know about Asia and Africa, but anyway, certainly, I mean, the vast majority of my audience, I don't know where you're from that you're listening to me. I don't know where you're from, but the vast majority of my audience knows what I mean, of course. The interesting bit, however, and it's not so much about the insulting somebody's mother to get at them that is telling of a culture, although it is in some way. More importantly, it's the meaning, or the relevance anyway, of being a bastard. And even the name of a bastard existing is rooted in specific institutions of society. Now, I've said before many times that the Chantry and the whole thing is based very much so on Abrahamic religions, and I think more in actual Christian religions, because Chantry just looks like church, sounds like church. There's a lot of things that are close to church in their whole thing. And also I saw somebody with the ecclesi something, and ecclesi means church. That's where the word church comes from. In fact, in Italian and French, the word is a lot closer. The word church that exists in Spanish and Portuguese and all that sort of stuff in the Romance languages is actually a lot closer to the word ecclesi or ecclesiasticus or whatever the Latin word is. And it means just the collective group of the worshippers rather than the building itself, although it does mean the building as itself Which is interesting because I'm pretty sure other religions don't have that sort of mixed meaning, where the name of the building and the name of the group of people is the same name. Jews have temple, and I believe temple. No, yeah, I think maybe that it's the same thing. Temple could be the group of people. Temple in particular, and of course the synagogues for Muslims, and I think temple applies as well, not just to Jews but to Hindus and well, actually, no, Buddhists is the only one that at least I've seen reference go to temple or be at temple. Which is exactly the same usage as, go to church or be at church, or of course the synagogue or other. I don't know more examples. Anyway, what I mean is, more importantly, that his society has marriage, and more importantly than just having marriage, or at least not necessarily marriage, but because the Romans had marriage as well. I think the Romans had marriage as well, and I'm thinking of Romans because that's the only. That as far as I know, that's the of the ones that I know, of the civilizations that I know, is the only one that I can draw this example from. In Roman society, while there were base-born and natural-born children, which are the two distinctions between a bastard, which is the base-born, and the natural. I think that's what they mean. It could be the other way around, and the natural-born being within the union. The Romans didn't really care too much about that, and in fact, just to the point where you didn't even need to be of the blood of the parents to be considered a child, and you just had all the same rights and all that sort of stuff. It might have changed over the years, and certainly did change later on in the Roman Empire, but early on, this was very much. It was basically a very Still holding on to the I would say tribalistic, because they came from tribes, but not necessarily tribalistic in the way that usually the word is used, even though it's used often very wrong. But still, hold on to the tribalistic traditions of what came before the Roman Empire, or actually the Roman Kingdom. I believe that was the first iteration, or the first way the whole thing was structured. But more to the point, it just the meaning that exists, that a bastard has less, that, just that, what I mean is that tells of the society, and is sort of implied and not really told out, which I don't like, because it's like real life, it's like the society we're in. Don't pay attention to that, and it just smacks of lazy writing. In that, I mean, and the thing is, and I'm picking on that because this game is not lazily written so far, and it's actually surprised me a great deal, because, well, I think it surprised me how much attention to detail it has, because it is so, it's just all about, it's BioWare, right? It's all about the character interaction, and oftentimes when you have character interaction, you're not really gonna pay attention, or you can get away without paying attention to the backstory. Or to that detail. You can entertain the viewer and the player with character interaction easily, because it's just all about the quirks and features of each character. But this game doesn't do it like that. I mean, it does for sure, but it has so much more detail behind. So that it has surprised me, and I think it sort of, that's the only downside of it, is that when there are indeed instances that are just sort of mimic real life or mimic our own society, and don't think too much about it, that's just sort of smacks as lazy, but it's not really it's not like it's doing it any worse than anything else, really, because certainly. Anyway, he was talking and I started talking because I talk. Why did he send you off to the Chantry, though?
Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
See, that's basically what I was saying. It's very much different from the Roman society that I just described, isn't it? Although, you know, that's not to say that the Romans didn't necessarily have, or didn't have instances where this would happen, because of, you know, of course, I'm just talking in just of a general sense, and we're also just dealing with the sample of one. It's just his case. You're probably luckier than most orphans. Yeah, I suppose. Wasn't it inappropriate for the Jarl to raise an orphan? Let's go with that.
Probably. It was just a kindness he did to a woman who had served him anyway. I didn't sleep on silk sheets in the keep or anything. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered.
I think I have that.
Stupid thing to do. The Jarl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Well, you were young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Jarl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
And that's the comeback for that whole zany conversation about him being raised by flying dogs that talk. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, that's going to be that for today. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Dragon Age Origins. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.